One thing that I didn't know about you, I mean, I knew you were in the military, but I didn't know you were a drill instructor.
Yeah.
And now that kind of makes sense to me a little bit, getting to know you a little. What from that back, tell us a little bit about that background and what you've carried over to the ring from being a drill instructor in the Marine Corps.
Well, the Marine Corps, is the toughest branch in the United States and in the world. It's America's finest fighting force. They're first in the fight, and to become a Marine Corps drill instructor, you have to achieve the rank of sergeant. That's an E5. So it's private first class, lance corporal, then sergeant. So that's 5 ranks before you're even eligible to qualify. Then you got to make it to the top 10% of the Marine Corps, which means your rifle scores, which is like your shooting scores, your pistol scores, your physical fitness scores, all of that, your martial arts level, your academics, all that needs to be top 10% to be able to get selected to go to drill instructor school. Once I achieved that, I went to drill instructor school, and I graduated number 1 out of my class. So I was what they called the honor graduate from drill instructor school. And then I went on to make over 350 Marines. From ages 18 to 30 years old, kids coming in to do what we do, to volunteer, to serve their country. And it's up to me and my team of drill instructors to instill that discipline, to break them down, build them back up in the Marine Corps' image of honor, courage, and commitment. And, it's a demanding job. Boot camp in the Marine Corps is 13 weeks long. It starts at 5 a.m. and it ends at 9 p.m. But 5 a.m. is when the recruits wake up, which means the drill instructor's got to be up around 4 a.m. walking decks, making sure that everything's ready to go for the day, if we even get to sleep that night. The recruits go to bed at 9, but we have to walk decks, make sure the house is getting clean, make sure the recruits aren't writing letters, doing things they're supposed to be doing. So if you get any time to sleep, you're getting about 3 hours if you're lucky. On top of that, you're malnourished because there's not enough time to eat. The recruits get 3 meals a day for 20 minutes. And you have to supervise that. You have to rush them through it. You have to get them in and get them out because everything is on a time schedule. There's a lot of hours of curriculum that they need to learn in 13 weeks, and there isn't time for drill instructors to be sleeping, eating, and all that. The mission is to train Marines and make Marines. And so, your physical fitness is next level because you're running with these kids that are 18 years old. Some of these kids are running 3 miles in 17 minutes, and you got to keep up. The drill instructor, you're the image of the Marine Corps. You're what the Marine Corps says, this is what you want to be. So I took that very seriously, which is why I was always, number 1, honor graduate, broke records with my platoons, taught drill differently, made sure my kids, we broke the regimental prac test, which we had a 96.7% passing grade, which was the record at the time. I think it still is the record. We broke the physical fitness record for that generation, with a platoon average of 275 out of 300, and I'm there with them in the fight. Whenever we did the obstacle courses, the confidence courses, these intense courses that are designed to challenge the recruits to push themselves or to break their fear factor, I'm the one that they had doing and demonstrating these obstacles because I was so physically fit. I was so it's motivating to the recruits, and I wanted to inspire them and show them, like, look, I'm not going to have you do anything that I can't do better than you. And that's what I did. How that transcends into wrestling, I want to be the best. In everything that I do, I want to be the best. I walk into every room like I own it. It's not because I'm cocky or arrogant or because I think I'm better than everybody. It's because I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident in my ability to lead. I'm confident in my ability to perform. I'm confident in my ability to do what I'm supposed to do. That the Marine Corps instills that, and it doesn't leave. As much as I try to stay far away from the military now, which is why I don't do a military gimmick, which is why I barely talk about it in promos, it's still part of who I am. And, that Marine Corps mentality of being the best, being number 1, that you want to be number 1 in wrestling. You want to be the guy. You want to be the world champion, and that's what I am. And I'm that way for a reason.
Yeah, and I think, guys, it definitely shows. I mean, David, I know you've dealt with work with Danny quite a bit. You see that.
Yes, the discipline is off the charts, and he does come into every room and command a presence.
That is very true.
At FSW last week, actually, what was it? 2 weeks ago, Danny came in and commandeered the whole merch stand and took a T-shirt, and my guy didn't even say anything. I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" He owned it, man. He's the champ.
Yes, he is.